A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, Kamara. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Brought down by Nate Gary.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bridgewater now on second down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down.
Delta.
They run. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Bridgewater. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Going deep downfield for... He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a play fake. Wentz. They'll roll him out right. He finds an opening past the 40. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket. Completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He got 29 yards that time. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again. Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Fletcher Cox. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Delta.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
To throw is Wentz. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off on the safety, Eric Reed. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Again, this is Kamara, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. Here we go with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Wentz now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing now is Wentz. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Delta. Here we go. Gotta go. Delta.
They go play action here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Delta. Delta.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Well,
They're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here's Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Black, come on. 82.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go, Greg. 82. I got it. Black. What's up?
Throwing on first is Wentz. Going long here for Wallace. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wentz going to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ken Crowley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Wentz on the bootleg. On the move to his left. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Shorty.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Wentz. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Wentz to throw again. Being chased out left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. This is Ajayi. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Here's Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And Elliott puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Huh? You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Here's Bridgewater. He hits his target, left side, Watson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. First down, Bridgewater. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Bridgewater on first down. Buying time to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater forced out to his left. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like him? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's a toss coming right, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have. And what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw, it's Wentz. It's over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. Working from the gun, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on. Find a better way to do it, but yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete here.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Throwing is Bridgewater. Looks right. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Michael Bannon in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Bridgewater here to throw. Steps away to his left. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And some room to maneuver.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They run with Ajayi, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Play action. Now Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 17.
Go. 20.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
They get it to him running left. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for New Orleans, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, They're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.